What's going on, beautiful people? This right here is our new lounge area in the studio. Don't worry, Matt's here. He's just taking care of a task for a separate video. There's more to come on that, but I don't want to spoil the surprise for you. So at the moment, I'm sticking to this area of the studio because we've got this tank here to build for the area. And oh, there goes Matt. You gonna say hi? Are you hiding?
My mic's off though, isn't it?
It is off, but I just, yeah. So yeah, this is
Sorry.
So yeah, this is our new seating area here, and here is our gaming chair that we can play PlayStation, have little breaks on, but we still want to incorporate some tanks into that area. And because of the way we've got the sofas in an L shape, we thought this brand new, well, it's one of the latest releases from Superfish. It is the Quadro 70 Pro. Don't know why it's Pro, but you know, I'll take it. Now, because of the way it is, we can put it as a Peninsula tank, so you can like scape it from this end. I'll spin the box around, obviously. Scape it from that end and have it coming out into this area. We just think that'll look really, really cool. But I'll tell you what, let's just get everything out of the box, have a look at what we've got in the kit, and then we can scape it all. Oh, it's heavier than I thought. And as we all know, heavy means quality. Oh, by the way, take a look at the nifty cart nowadays. We've got the water change thingy this side. And on the other side, we've got Annette. She's just hanging out. We've got a towel. And we have got the Michael Jackson. Why is it the Michael Jackson, you might ask, this vacuum cleaner? Because it's hee-hee. So let's take a look what's inside the box. I sound like a kid's TV presenter. Okay, I've done this before and nearly smashed the lid, so you take that out first. And I always find it's easier just to cut the box open than trying to drag it all out. If you can get your blade to work, which I can't. There we go. Okay, packaging. More packaging, which is good. We don't want it breaking. It smells fresh. Right, here is what we have got. I have absolutely no idea what's in this box. Let's take a look. Oh, it's the light. We need a light, so that's good. That literally clips up here like that. And then there's a little piece to screw in, if I remember, which I don't have. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so this little clip goes over like that, and then we just put the screws in. Don't cross-thread them like I just did. Does help, of course, if you have the right screwdriver. There we go. Nicely fixed. So the tank also comes with an instruction manual, which we do not need. Extra plug, that's going to be for the filter. No, that is for the light. So this connects to the light. Then we've got another plug for the filtration system, which is in here. Now the lid comes off, and then there's also a space at the back for a heater as well, if you want to put a heater in that section, but there's a cartridge that comes in here, and that comes with the kit as well. So we've got everything we need. And then, as mentioned, the lid as well, of course. Okay, so it's worth pointing out the stand is also from Superfish. I think you can buy those separately as well, but works perfectly for the Quadro. And look, so if I'm sat down here, Matt's chilling on the sofa, I'm gonna have a nice little setup right there just to watch. I mean, obviously you can see through, but you know, it's still gonna be cool. There we go, look, nice little setup. I think it looks nice and tidy. Now, for the sake of the build, I'm gonna put a black background behind it, as in like the curtain. I'm going to turn off these lights as well so we can see what we're doing. It's going to be a nice, simple build. I want to put in shrimp on a dark substrate so you can see them really clearly, but also, if we turn around to this section here, we have got a tank here, a planted tank that needs sorting out. Mega healthy though. We've got tons and tons of baby swordfish. No, we don't. Tons and tons of baby swordtails, and the black mollies as well when laying babies. Now, I want to increase the survival rates of some of them from getting gobbled. And if you look up here, for instance, oh, there we go, look, right, I've just scared them. Oh, there we go. There's loads and loads of little baby black mollies in there. I want to take some of those out. So we've got some babies, oh, there's a fresh new batch there. Can you see that one? Can you see that one there? It's tiny, that's like really fresh. So yeah, I want to make a nice peninsula sort of style coming out that way, nothing complicated, but it should look really beautiful. And it means we'll have a lot of open space where I can see the shrimp, see them multiplying and that kind of thing. There we go, that's a bit better. Now we can see what we're working with, although I've created a ton of fingerprints on the glass, which I should probably clean off before we start. Okay, there we go. I'll keep it real, you guys. That is not perfect, but it's as much as I can be bothered to do. It's clean enough to get going. So one of the reasons that I work with and support Superfish and have done for the past 10 months is because I completely love the fact that they produce a lot of equipment and also kits like this one that is very, very affordable to anyone getting into the hobby. So the idea is that you can get a tank for like a relatively low cost. You can get some plants in it, get them growing and then just enjoy it. Then you're far more likely to go on and get better tanks in the future and just continue growing your hobby. We need new fish keepers to get that first win. And if they can keep the cost down low for that initial tank, then they're gonna enjoy it a lot more, I think. They're gonna try and experiment, maybe get a few more plants, a bit more hardscape, because most of the time that's what's gonna make your tank look great, is the stuff that's inside of it. But then with this particular tank, we're pretty lucky because it's a very sleek design as well, and it's gonna look good in any sort of location. This one's perfect for what we want in this area, but I can see it on a countertop, in a kitchen, or somewhere like that, or just as a showpiece in an office. It's just the right dimensions. I'll put those up on screen now just so you guys know exactly, but it's just the right dimensions. It's not so expensive to kit out inside in terms of hardscape and plants, but it's not so small that you can't really do anything with it either. Now let's get on with the scaping. For this tank, I'm not going to do an absolute ton of nutrients in the bottom. I don't want to do that for the shrimp. They don't need a ton of nutrients. What I've used with shrimp tanks before that's done really well is the Mano base from Colombo. I'm going to use that in the bottom, just pour it in first of all, and that'll give us our starting point. So here is Mano base black. It's not jet black, it's got flecks of other colours in, but it's cool black and it'll look good in the base. I definitely don't want this whole bag, so I'm going to make a spout to be able to pour it from. Look at that, perfect. And then we just dump it in. There we go, see, so it's not jet black, there's like pinky red in it as well. I don't need a huge amount, should be enough. I can always add more later. Oh yeah, we're a little bit dusty, but all good. So yeah, just a thin layer over everywhere to begin with. So that's good. I can now pick out some hardscape, and because we've got that layer in, it means it can sort of lock it in place as we move it and decide where we actually want it to go. So this is my hardscape selection area. There's loads to choose from, but most of it is for bigger stuff over on this side. We've got a ton of different rocks down here to choose from. We've got some dragon stone, and these are all the smaller pieces. So I'll go through this. I mean, straight away I'm thinking, oh, that would probably be a nice piece for what I'm thinking of doing, because I think it'd be awesome having the hardscape sort of coming out from this area and sort of, because of the way it's going to be viewed from either that side or that side, having it here will look wicked from even this side what we're filming it from as well. Yeah, so I'm sort of thinking something like that, or like that, but obviously there'll be rocks underneath it as well, and we need a bit more for this section, so I'll go and find some more that sort of matches it nicely, and then we can put the rocks around it as well, maybe lift it a little. Okay, so I've managed to find a few more pieces which tie in quite nicely with this kind of wood. Maybe one there. It's all going to move for a minute, but not to worry. Don't know about this one, it's a bit funny, but I've got to remember we can hide any join areas with some Anubias. So something like that works, but I do need loads of rocks underneath. I just want way more height everywhere. But I do want to retain that open area at the front because I want to see all the shrimp sort of crawling around on it. So I've got some nice pieces, but I think it'd be way easier if I just take the wood out first, put them in where I want them, and then restack, because it's only 3 bits of wood. It's not that complicated, is it? Biggest rock in first. There we go, that gives us something to start with. It doesn't have to stay like that at all, but there's just a base. The wood won't fall perfectly on that. but at least it's in there and we can move it around now as needed. Now, as much as I like that, it's very chaotic in this one area. I almost want to bring it that way and hopefully that sort of balances it out a little. There we go, I like that a lot more. It's sort of flowing that way. I've deliberately left a gap there because I think it will look really good with a nice bushy fern just in that area, and that fills that sort of negative space, but doesn't put it too close to the light where it's just going to, you know, just create a load of algae, and also it's going to allow the flow to come out properly as well without it getting battered because we'll just sit it there. We need more details on the bottom, so I'm going to put detail stones down there, but I think I like that just as a real plain, simple hardscape. You could probably find a piece of wood that was just one, but as you've seen, if you can't, you can use multiple pieces to create the illusion. I just used the flat surfaces to sit on the flat part of the rock. There's a flat area in there on that piece, but you can't see it because it's pushed in. Yeah, I think that'll work nicely once it's all planted up. You've got to try and visualize a lot of plants dotted in different areas as well, which can be hard to do when you're a beginner. But yeah, you do get better at that in time. So yeah, we have to remember this peninsula, so we need to come around and make sure that all sides are looking good, like in that, all open at the front. Might need a little piece of wood coming out of that angle, but maybe not, once I've got some decorative gravel in. But all around the side here, yeah, all good as well. Gaps there, but we will fill them in with some boost or something like that. And now it's time for some decorative gravel. So I've just prepared some here. All different sort of shapes and sizes and colours, but all the tones sort of blend in nicely with the mano base that's already in there. So this is the coarser version that I'm going to stick in first in certain areas. Good little gap there. The shrimp love the sort of bigger pebbles and that as well. The babies sort of crawl into all the gaps and it will increase the survival rate. Yeah, I do just feel this area here needs a little something. So I'm just going to place a little rock out here, like a little outcrop. A few more of the stones just dotted near it. I think that finishes it off nicely, keep them a bit tighter. Yeah, there we go. And then I've now got a finer stone just to complement those larger ones. Bring them out a little bit more. So it kind of sort of fades out into the edge of the river. This is not a river, it's a tank, but you know what I mean. So that's looking good, but this wood will almost certainly float, and I need to glue it down at some key points. I'm seeing one there. Anywhere where these big pieces of wood are touching the rock, just stick a couple of glue points. Don't need a huge amount for that wood, so yeah, it shouldn't take long, but it's an annoying job, but it's a must. Get it right into the crack as well, and then a little bit more on top. Then I've got this stuff here, which is like a reactor agent, and it makes it like go hard instantly. Oh, not if you squirt it at the glass, it doesn't. There we go, that's all you need. There we go, ready for planting, nice and simple. What do you think, Matt?
That's looking cool, isn't it?
Simple.
Yep.
That's the point. I'm assuming that people that buy this tank are going to be sort of beginners.
Yep.
In your experience in the shop, are these the sort of tanks people buy as beginners?
Yeah, they go for the more sort of styled ones, the ones that come as a kit, and yeah, it's just the way they start off, and then eventually they move up to stuff that doesn't have kits with it. But yeah, it's a nice tank to start out with, it's lovely.
So it's a very sort of low scape I've done there, but that's because I'm about to move on to the planting stage, which is going to fill that sort of negative area, but I'm going to keep it open here so we can sit down and still see all the shrimp and the fish and things like that.
It's going to look sweet, really
just
like it.
Just a chilled little area, one that we won't have to put a ton of like time and attention to,
yeah,
but it's just going to be there when we're sat. And
yeah, it'll just keep itself ticking along as well, which is nice.
Yeah, exactly, so I'm not filling it full of stems. I'm just going with more of the greening technique that Jeff taught me, but on a bigger scale.
Yeah, no, I think
like lots of plants.
Even more is more.
Yeah, more is always more. What are you actually doing?
I'm trying to make an adapter for our new air pump, so I'm gluing a small bit of pipe inside a big bit of pipe.
Air pump? What would we need an air pump for? Oh, all will be revealed
Exciting.
soon. Yeah. Okay, so this is my plant storage area. And I've got nice Anubias, we've got Bulbitis, got some big Java ferns as well there. I've got some Buses in another tank, so there's loads to choose from. I'm just going to pick a load. They all go together so well that you can just pick whatever you want, to be honest. We've got stems as well, but like I say, I'm steering away from those for this one because I just want it to run itself. There we go, nice little selection of plants to get started with. We've got Hygrophila pinnatophyta, this one. This is the only sort of stem plant, but it's quite a slow growing one, and if you keep it trimmed like a few stems of it, like growing upwards, it'll actually keep going horizontal. get some pinky hues as well when it's underwater, which is good. We've got a Nubius bonsai. All these plants, by the way, are from Aquafleur. Yes, Aquafleur, not sponsored by Aquafleur or anything, but such good quality. Look at this, Trident Fern we've got there. We've got Bulbitis as well, a little bit of that. And we've got some Boost Green Velvet. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pots of plants there. We'll probably add more, but we'll just see what that looks like first. So some of the Anubiuses, for instance, I will stick to small pebbles or whatever, or little bits of rock, and just place them around. But the ferns, I can actually poke into gaps in the wood. So we've got a nice gap in that section, a nice gap there, and that should lock them in place. So let's start with a nice big Trident Fern. Now remember, this will all stand up when there's water in the tank, but it's not going to just start with. I want it right in the center. There we go. So yeah, that's going to stand up to like that height, which is where we want to fill this space here with. Then a little bit more in this back section, which gives it a bit more sort of symmetry, again lifting up. And then I think the Bulbitis in the middle is like a centerpiece. Right in this gap here, I think. Yes, there we go. Then I'm going to put the sprigs of Pinnatifida in the top. Now, although it's like a root feeding plant, it can just grow like just plonked in anywhere. There's a bad leaf there, I'll take that off. Yeah, it will just continue to grow as if it's an epiphyte. Just adds a few more textures in that sort of middle area. So we've made a mess. Gonna worry about that in a minute. Nearly finished my coffee as well. But here they are, all the pieces. Look at that, look how beautiful that Anubius bonsai. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can't count. We've got, yeah, 6. We've got 6 pieces to dot around. Maybe I'll put more, maybe that's enough, because like I say, I still want to be able to see the shrimp and the gravel. Straight away, I want that big piece of Anubius tucked in like that. I think that looks awesome. Yes. And then I'm thinking a piece here will look good just because of that join area. If I can sort of cram it in. It'll grow up towards the light anyway. Yeah, that works. Now, of course, we can't forget this side. It's a bit more shaded, which lends itself perfectly to Anubius because it doesn't require a lot of light. Just tuck it in under there a little bit. And then we've got a nice boost tree I can push in there. And just look at that. It just looks like it's been growing there forever. And then just some more pieces sort of on the end here. Like I always say, don't overthink it. If you can put it down and it looks good, go with it. And like I say, that's if it looks good. That doesn't look good because we've got 4 there in like a cube, which, you know, that's just a bit too unnatural. Like, it doesn't look random, it looks placed. So I'm gonna shift those about until I'm happy. Okay, I'm really happy with that for a start. It might need some more once you fill it up. Everything sort of looks different when it's full of water. So let's just get it filled up and get some filtration going. There we go, filled up, looking swish. I like it, very simple, minimalist, but it's going to do the great job of allowing us to see those shrimp. You can see there's like quite a bit of scummy stuff all on the surface. A good way of getting that off is just some paper towel over the top, pinch it in the middle and lift it. There we go, crystal clear. It's time to get that filter running and get the water. Well, it's almost crystal clear as it is because the Mano base doesn't have any dust in it. And there's like barely any particles. There's some oxygenation, if that's a word, like micro bubbles everywhere, but that's it. I think once it's flowing, it'll clear very, very fast. And there we go. That's about an hour later. Everything's crystal clear, and I think it looks really, really good in the seating area. Matt, you can come around and have a look now. I've been hiding behind the curtain.
Oh, yeah.
For the big reveal. Oh, no.
I've been doing work. Oh, it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
That looks lovely.
Nice and simple.
Oh, hang on. I can get the impression from the seating area. Look.
That is true.
Hang on.
As if we're sat down.
Oh, yeah, I can work with that.
It's nice, isn't it? It's just super simple, and I've deliberately gone for a simple design with plants that I know can not only grow but thrive in this tank with that lighting.
Yeah, that's it. They're all low light plants. They really don't need a lot of sort of light. So yeah, that would be perfect for them.
And what, we've got 4 rocks, 2 pieces of wood and like 8 pots of plants.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of gravel down the bottom.
Really simple scape.
And it's one that's going to take basically no maintenance from us.
Yeah, little water change once in a while and, you know, yeah, away it goes.
So I would like shrimp to go in it, and we've got the cubes from previously that got loads in. We've got to catch them out.
Yes, yeah, there's a lot of babies in there as well. So yeah, we'll see what we can catch out.
And then there's the baby fish in the tank behind us as well.
Oh yes.
We'll get those in a minute, but yeah, shrimp first. So here are the shrimp cubes. We've got 3 of them. There's quite a lot of shrimp in there. There's quite a lot of plants as well, so it might take some rummaging, but I have faith in you.
Yeah, no, it'll be all right. There's a big blue one there, and there's a few other yellows and oranges and stuff, so I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, let's go Skittles.
Yes.
I love Skittles shrimp tanks.
Yeah, they're cool. I really like it.
But they'll breed brown ones. Who cares?
If they do, they do. It's one of those things, isn't it? You're never going to keep the strains true anyway. Even if you keep all reds together, unless you're taking all the sort of silvery ones out, they're going to go silver and brown over generations anyway. So you might as well have fun with it.
Yeah, and I love all the colours. And I even like the natural looking ones because they're all doing a great job.
Yeah, definitely. No, we can do that.
Cool. Okay, we've got a shrimp going in. How many do you think are here, Matt?
Quite a few. I reckon there's like 30 or so, easily, if not more.
Yeah, completely different sizes. Oh my goodness, there is a lot in there.
Yeah. Oh,
that's just what we want.
Good.
Yes, Skittles. Taste the rainbow. And that's what I was talking about down the bottom there. You can really see them on that substrate, and that's what I was going for. And even on the rocks and everything. Hopefully they're just going to keep multiplying because the fish we're putting in are only little babies. As the fish get older and bigger, we'll remove them and put them in a different tank. But yeah, let's get the fish in. And here are all the fish that Matt's collected up for me. And tiddlers, look at that. Oh, it's a couple of bigger ones, but not big.
That's so cute.
Perfect. Are they interested in the shrimp straight away? Because they've never seen these shrimp. To be fair, these are bigger than the larger males or females. We don't even know yet, do we, I guess?
Yeah, they're mostly females, I think. But yeah, there might be a couple of males in there.
Oh, they're all hanging out together. Look at the action. This is going to be such a cool tank just to sit and watch. And then, of course, no planted tank is complete without snails, in my opinion. Workhorses of the tank, if they want to come out. Come on, and you. There we go. And they'll just go around and clean the wood. They'll sift through the gravel and that kind of thing once they self-right themselves. Yeah, that's a lovely little project. That's the sort of tank that I think lots of people can enjoy. You know, live bearers, which is always exciting as well, isn't it? Because, you know, you come in one morning, not now, but when they're a little bit older, and then you've got babies everywhere, and that's always enjoyable, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. There's some real small ones in there as well, like proper babies.
So because this is a brand new tank, we're going to be adding beneficial bacteria into the mix. We'll also be monitoring the water quality every day, making sure nothing swings out of line. But given the incredibly low bioload, that's very, very unlikely. But you've got to monitor it just in case. And we're also adding some fertilizer because these plants are column feeders. So they'll just take all the nutrients from that water column and continue to grow. Oh, hello. So yeah, this is our seating area, and we use it quite regularly now that we're getting stuff done in the studio, actually able to have
lunch.
We
don't sit down that much.
No, not that much. For lunchtime. This is the lunch spot, good like half hour or so, a bit of telly on, and now we've got to be able to just look across, be able to enjoy it. I think it's the perfect sort of thing. It replicates what I think this tank would be good for in someone's home. Yeah,
like a little peninsula on a breakfast bar or in a kitchen, like that, yeah. Something like that would look really cool.
It is interesting. Lunch breaks might be a little bit longer now.
That's the problem in here, isn't it? You start sort of sitting down, you're like, oh, just watch them go by. It's just cool to watch though, isn't it? The interactions, especially shrimp. Shrimp add another element to a tank.
Yeah, I think so. Because there's quite a lot in there as well, they're going to be breeding regularly and you're going to start seeing a lot of babies. I don't think it'll take long, especially we've got some good sized male and females in there. I can see them from here.
I've got a feeling there was a female in there that's buried already. So, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, hopefully she'll drop a few babies in there.
And the good thing about the filter in this one is it's already got the foam all the way down, which means no babies are going to like get sucked into the filter. So it's already shrimp safe. Would you say, Matt?
Yeah, pretty much. There's not much more, you know, tiny babies might find their way in, but it's not a strong filter, no. So they'll be able to climb back out quite happily.
Yeah, awesome. Great setup, great addition to the studio. Look forward to showing you more work that we've got going on right now. We've got big projects that I've kind of kept hidden from you the whole video, but coming soon. I left a hint to it on my Instagram and the community post.
Yes.
So, yeah, go and have a look if you haven't seen that. But yeah, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Gone now.